think the Browns have a problem with at the defensive tackle position. Again, I know this is a topic that you have addressed on your show. Quincy has his own show, YouTube. You can search it. Is it a problem, D-tackle?
It's a little bit of a problem, right? I understand why the problem is existing because you can only fix so many things in a roster in a given day. But it is also something where I'm a little bit concerned of because it's not necessarily the greatest spot to be in, right? And the spot that they are in is Perion Winfrey, who you're hoping, right? You put him at 3 tech and he just becomes who he was at the Senior Bowl and he's going to start for you and be a very good player. Cool. That's best case scenario. Let's say best case scenario happens because I do believe in Perion Winfrey. What else are you going with at defensive tackle? That's best case scenario, right? Jordan Elliott, who's been awful for a couple of years, objectively. I mean, you look at his Pro Football Focus grade, he's been under 40 his entire career. He had 600 snaps last year, was still abysmal when it comes to those grades. So I don't know if he's an NFL defensive tackle at this point. It's been enough time with him and enough snaps. Then you had Tommy Togiai, who, again, didn't get that many snaps, but graded out similarly poorly to Jordan Elliott. And then now you got Sheldon Day, who's solid. So you got Sheldon Day, Perion Winfrey. You need 2 guys to step up. Who are those 2 guys going to be? That's the issue, right? So we'll see if anybody steps up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Jordan Elliott takes a step. Maybe Tommy Togiai takes a step. Maybe these guys blossom this year, and I sound like an idiot. I take that gladly. But I do think that when you're relying on a position, and Taven Bryant's also in that rotation. We'll see what happens with him. But I just don't love that rotation. And this is the NFL. Guys get injured all the time, especially along the line of scrimmage, especially in the interior of lines of scrimmage. What do you do if somebody gets injured and you're already not deep there? I mean, like at that point, it's almost irrelevant, I guess, because the guy you would pick up off the street, not that much different from the guy that you're probably putting in that rotation because it's just not a good rotation. So that's a little bit of a problem. Do I think there's ways to mitigate that? Yeah. Do I think they will? Yeah. Especially if guys like Grant Delpit become who we think he can be. JOK similarly, if guys have breakout years, it will be mitigated. It's not something that's guaranteed to ruin the season, but it is something that could become a reoccurring problem when it comes to stopping the run.
Yeah. That's it. There is no run stuffer. He does not exist. The defensive run-stuffing tackle does not exist right there. So you're right. They got to find a way to mitigate that.